And interoperability is one of the major challenges of the IT industry. The CEO of SAP mentioned 2 years ago, if the interoperability issue would be solved, 30% of the overall IT cost could be reduced. And interoperability is a connection, the sustainable connection of IT systems. And this, nowadays, is not available. Therefore, we put this here as a solution. Also, benchmarking can provide to transfer this from one sector to another. Today's practices, and if you look in certain benchmarking databases, you find such scattered diagrams. 2 dimensions, one company compared to another company by giving ideas in what processes one is weaker or stronger. It's a very simple illustration. Other systems you see are dashboards. To easily get information whether a specific process the business is performing weak or strong. But at the end, such IT or information systems, such dashboards, only give information on before agreed indicators. Who knows if contribution margin is that important next year? Who knows if the economic value added is a top indicator? Businesses set their objectives for. But by such information, by such fixed information systems, which are mostly connected to benchmarking tools, the business only gets information whether it's green, amber, or red. And what we think, what we need in the future, is the visual business intelligence, which becomes more and more important for business managers. And business intelligence systems, BI systems, are at the moment one of the top tools industries are implementing. Nowadays, they don't consist that much of benchmark expertise. Therefore, from a benchmarker's perspective and from an organizational perspective, who is developing benchmarking tools and techniques, this is one of our biggest challenges we are already working on, but where we do not have the solution at hand by now. In terms of visual business intelligence needs, we see that there are 3 kinds of tools available at the moment. And there's a very famous report which was published in 2008, which says statistical business intelligence tools are available. Number crunching, giving dashboards, as I have shown them before. Tools for data analysis and dashboarding are available. But most of the business intelligence tools are still based on Excel. So quite simple calculations which give advice to the manager if the business is running well or not. But it's not about best practice sharing, it's about managing the objectives of the business. The increasing importance for visual components of this are in the area of easy usability, are in the area of more complex possibilities for analysis, and are in the area of transparent business processes. And all this is not available at the moment. And here I show you a very complex slide, how business intelligence, process management, and benchmarking are connected to each other. That here on the front line, we have the interfaces to the management. You cannot see this, I will show you later on an idea about it. Interfaces about modern communication technology. Most of you are having iPhones, iBooks, iPads. This is a perfect communication technology which should be used much more for business intelligence. Best practices on demand. Push on a button and get a real result about another practice directly on your mobile. Then there are the cross plane and the black plane, which are behind technologies, databases and structures, IT structures you find in universities. And everything here, that the big issue is the interoperability with service-oriented architecture. That's a very big issue. We are trying to solve it frown over and where we are currently working on, to give ideas about solutions in the areas of command and control, personnel, in the area of logistics and intelligence. And now I'll show you one activity we are currently working on with our partners from Hewlett Packard. And this is a very modern dashboard, a business intelligence system connected with benchmarking, which gives on the first level direct information about the company's situation. Then they can dig down to real business processes to learn from others. The second management level gets another view on this dashboard, on this management cockpit, and this is available on the plane, in the train, and the management decisions can be made via this system. That means the modern mobile technologies allow managers to do management decisions 24 hours wherever they are in the world. At the moment, such approaches are applied in network security, NATO, defense organizations. They are using such systems, and we bring this now with our partner from Hewlett Packard on a standard. And not 2030, but I think in a couple of years, such tools will be available. That means if there is a business event and the business manager needs to take care here about the production management, about procurement, human resources, logistics, customer relationship management, or other management tasks, that there is a service-oriented architecture with assured interoperability of the systems available, and then transferred probably on a handphone to the top-level management, to the senior management, maybe on an iPod or iPad, and on a laptop to the others. And here you see, this is one view of this, to get some units with very detailed information agreed. Business conferences with best practice companies are available just by hitting the button, and on the left side they can dig down to other media channels to get best practice information at hand. Intelligence and solutions for benchmarking 2030 from our perspective. Interoperability of IT systems and databases and best practice information. This is not available at the moment. There are many scattered information we need to integrate. Secondly, the transference of best practice processes needs to be achieved. And if you remember yesterday's talks when we talked about diagnostics and medicine, the first part is about the diagnostic, the second part is how to make the medicine transfer. Thirdly, business intelligence systems for benchmarking, visual analytics, and management cockpits. And last but not least, the communication channels. Social networks were already mentioned. TV channels. In Germany, we started to work on best practice TV channels, where you can on-demand download or look at broadcasted best practices from businesses, taken by camera. Click on it, what is the best practice for logistics, and you can directly see the movie with statements from the managers, which is something like best practice on demand. Then mobile devices, as I mentioned, and the including of virtual reality for most effective best practice transfer. I think I don't have one more minute, otherwise I will show you a video how we did such best practice transfer virtually with a huge hotel group called Accor, which has the IBIS group underneath, where we transferred knowledge from automatic check-in from the airlines to a hotel group by doing this virtually in a service laboratory. But because the bell already rang, I will skip that. And if there are any requests on that, I could even give you the information. Otherwise, if you go on YouTube, just type in Surf Lab or Surf Laboratory, and you find this, how we did that now. Thank you very much.
Thank you for a walk through Technological Park. And may I now request Dr. Robert Mann to share his views on benchmarking 2030.
Somebody's trying to crook my presentation. I think we're all a little bit tired and need another break before the actual roundtable and discussion session. These are just my personal views on 230, and I'm a logical thinker, and I find it very hard to think creatively what the long-term future will be, so please bear with me. I'm talking about the near future in many places here. So I'm going to look at some mega challenges rather than mega trends, and the reason for that will become clear in a second. I'm then going to talk about the importance of doing benchmarking in a professional manner. I'll then talk about this relationship between technology and benchmarking, and just come up with a conclusion. I did my own study into, well, it's actually a study on behalf of the Asian Productivity Organization in the year 2009 to 2010. On the previous presentation, you saw a diagram of the Business Excellence Framework. Business Excellence is used now in 86 countries around the world to help organizations to improve towards world-class standards. And in Asia, the Asian Productivity Organization oversees how 20 countries across Asia pursue business excellence. And they wanted me to undertake the research to see whether business excellence is still relevant to address tomorrow's challenges. And so this was a big study in India, Japan, Singapore, Taiwan, and Thailand. And as I said, all of these organisations, all organisations in these countries which are aspiring towards world-class performance use a business excellence framework as a means to improve. So remember Ali Fabani? He showed you the EFQM excellence framework. This is a Baldrige criteria performance excellence framework. A similar concept where you have business enablers on one side and business results on the other side. When we asked organisations which use these frameworks whether the frameworks will still help them in the future, we wanted to explore that particular question by firstly saying to them, what are the current challenges facing companies in your country? And this shows some of the responses from these Asian countries. Japan was saying that meeting the requirements of multiple standards was an issue for them. Japan were also saying that demand reduction is a problem because of the shrinking population and aging population. Singapore was saying the world financial crisis is a problem. And also cultural and social integration is an issue. As more and more people travel and live in different countries from which they were born. In India, diseases, swine flu, epidemics, fraud,